What should I even call my LDS friend? That's a question I get all the time, and it's a long story with a really simple answer. For more, stay tuned. Hey, my name is Greg. I serve as the president of the Seagull Lily Foundation, and we equip born-again Christians for their interactions with LDS friends. I also really love Utah, and I like bringing people to cool spots in Utah that they can find really easily. And today we're on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, kind of on the north side of it. We're above North Ogden on the north side, headed up to Brigham City. It's a really long trail, and the entire Wasatch Front used to be an ancient lake bed. And this trail is the old shoreline, and it goes for miles and miles up to Brigham City, down way south. It may go all the way to Bountiful. I'm not sure. It may go to the point of the mountain even. I've never been down that far, but I know it goes for many miles north up into Brigham City. It's a really cool spot that you can access just off the North Ogden Divide Road. But quick warning, you do have to be careful for rattlesnakes, because in the spring and summer, they are out, and I've almost stepped on a few. So come on out here, but be careful. In 2018, then President Russell M. Nelson attempted a rebrand. Gone was Mormon, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or even the acronym LDS. He wanted to be called the Church of Jesus Christ. And at first, the reaction was mixed and kind of mostly local. But on August 20, a really popular evangelical voice named Al Mohler picked it up in his morning report. And suddenly the news went national. Lots of national news media outlets, including the New York Times, picked up the story. And the LDS Church was suddenly subjected to all sorts of scrutiny. And as that national scrutiny picked up, voices within the LDS Church became more discontent. In fact, at the time, I remember I called a few acquaintances that I have who were a little higher up the LDS Church. And my take is that they were completely blown away that so many people outside the church would even care. And they were really unprepared for the news media attention that they were getting. Now, in my opinion, the reason for the confusion within the LDS Church is that they had already been attempting a decades-long rebrand. What began in the 80s with Ezra Taft Benson continued with Gordon B. Hinckley. The LDS Church, they didn't want to be called Mormons anymore. They wanted to be called Christians. There's a famous interview that Gordon B. Hinckley did in the late 90s with Larry King. And he emphatically says, "We're Christians. We worship Jesus Christ. We love Jesus Christ." And then in 2013, the LDS Church produced a gospel topics essay where they emphatically say, "We are, in fact, Christians." And so it was in the middle of this long rebrand where most Latter-day Saints were raised in this environment. We want to be Christians. And suddenly Russell M. Nelson announces, "We're the Church of Jesus Christ." And I think that's what lent to a lot of the confusion. So fast forward to 2026, and I think by every external measure, the Russell M. Nelson rebrand was a fail. The Salt Lake Tribune did an article in January of 2026, and they determined that the word Mormon, in comparison to the word LDS, is Googled something like 33 to 1 under normal times. But whenever there's a pop cultural phenomenon like Mitt Romney running for president or the release of a new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, that ratio bumps to some cases 100 to 1. And so in my opinion, the word Mormon is just kind of emblazoned upon the American psyche. And the LDS Church is going to be fighting an uphill battle to try to change that. In fact, there seems to be some hints that the current president, Dallin H. Oaks, might want to lean back into that word Mormon. So what should you call your LDS friend? Well, I have a really simple solution for you. You see, I just ask my LDS friend, I say, "Hey, when we're talking and I'm trying to distinguish your different religious beliefs from mine, what should I call you?" And I go with whatever they say. Most of the time, they say, "Just call me Mormon." Now, occasionally, they'll say, "Call me a Christian." This is a different subject for a different time, but I am not willing to give up that word. And a little shameless plug here. We at the Seagull Lily Foundation have a study resource dedicated to that very question. What do you do when a Mormon says, "I'm a Christian just like you"? Well, we have a whole study dedicated to that where we help you answer that question. Well, please let us know if there's anything else we can do for you. Lord bless you as you minister to your LDS friends. And until next time, have a great day. May the Lord be with you.